Hey everybody. Today let's talk about using ND filter. So let's just give you a little bit background about my experience with ND filter. Uh, when I first using ND filter, actually the result is pretty bad. Um, Mostly it's because I'm using the wrong ND filter. I I shoot wide open most of the time. Uh, Also shooting outside, like strong backlighting. Like usually, uh, my shutter speed will be very fast. So shooting with HSS mode most of the time. But ND filter has its advantage. I'll explain later. When I first using the ND filter, I used just the normal one. It's just like a single coating. The problem with the ND filter is like when you're shooting strong backlight, when you have an extra layer of glass in front of your lens, and then you're shooting strong backlighting, you got lots of flare. And it's just way too much. Most of the photo is not usable. So I quickly abandoned the idea of using ND filter. Then when I was teaching the workshop, I told people, personally, I don't recommend ND filter because of the flare. And then I even did a post on Facebook discussed this ND filter thing. Then a photographer, he said, hey Kyle, you should try this multi-coating ND filter. Actually, it's handling the flare quite well. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should just give it a try. So I ordered one from B&H. So this one is 77 millimeter B plus W ND filter. Is a 3-stop. It's a multi-coating. It's called the MRC. I think stands for multi something coating. Anyway, so I tried this ND filter on 2 photo shoot, and the result is much better. So this paying the extra money for this multi-coating totally makes sense. And okay, so for this camera, Nikon D10, the 6B is one of 322nd. It's pretty fast. So this is a pretty capable camera. But when you're shooting outside, like you want to shoot wide open, when its ambience are very bright, you constantly shooting like 2,000 a second or something. With a 3-stop ND filter, you can easily bring your camera shutter speed back to the below the sync speed. So talking about this ND filter, there are many different types of ND filter, well, let alone the brand. There's also many different stops. I personally recommend 3 stops. There are some of these like 10 stops ND filter. They're way overkill for portrait. They're good, they're great for landscape, but for portrait, it's just way too dark. Your camera gonna have a really hard time trying to focusing. Yeah, so in terms of stops, so 1 stop is not gonna give you much difference. 10 stop are gonna be way too much. Or I think there's some like a 9 stop as well, or 6 stops. But 3 stop I think is the sweet spot. Like your camera can still, like at least the case for my D810, it can still focusing very accurately. It's like I don't see much difference or any difference at all in terms of focusing accuracy. At the meantime, I cut down the ambient a lot. Yeah. So okay, so that's pretty much what I want to share with you guys about using ND filter. I highly recommend you to give it a try. So remember, you need the multi-coating one, otherwise you're gonna have a loss of flare. So after that, let's just go through some sample photos, which I did using the ND filter. Just want to testing the ND filter. I just want to see how well it performed, and yeah, end up the results are very impressive. Okay, let's go through some sample photos. Okay, so I pick like around 12 p.m. as the shooting time just to test the potential of this like 3-stop ND filter, and I want to see how good it can just handle the bright ambient. I try to shoot every single shot as like a wide open as possible, other than the group shot, because in order to keep both subject in focus, you need like a deeper depth of field. You probably have to shoot like more than f2 or even more. Okay, so this is a first shot. So let's take a look at the camera settings. 1 to 50 per second, ISO 40. So my camera Nikon D810, the sync speed is 320. So this is well below the sync speed. So I'm shooting with it's a non-HSS mode at f1.4. Okay, so same as this one. Okay, same as this one. So same setting. So all these. Let's take a look there. Okay, let's get back out of the. So this is 320 per second. Yeah, this is now is like a faster shutter speed. ISO 31, which is the lowest ISO I can go. This is pretty much the limit of the. This is pretty much the limit of like without using HSS. This is like how dark I can go back to, how dark I can make my ambient to, which pretty much right where I want it. Okay, so the next shot is ISO 31, 1/100 second at f2.5. Yeah, I use like a small aperture just to keep both model in focus. So is this. You can see all of these shots, the ambients are like super bright. All my shutter speed is pretty much within the sync speed. Yeah, I kind of like trying to discipline myself in this photo shoot. I'm trying to shoot without using the high-speed sync mode. I just want to see if my new ND filter can handle it, and because I picked midday, I kind of assume, okay, if you can survive this situation, I'm pretty much covered. And yeah, the result is, yeah, it's pretty much like where I want it to be. Like the ND filter is totally works for me. You can see right here. So this one is ISO 50, 1/320 second as f1.4. Yeah, this is all shot with like wide open. This shot is even pointed the camera up a little bit, so like lots of bright sky. Like you can see the detail of the sky, like the cloud right there. Then the foreground gonna be super dark, so you're gonna need a lot of power. So use a strobe to give a lot more light. When you're shooting HSS, because your shutter speed gonna be way faster, then your strobe gonna struggle a lot. Like by using ND filter, it definitely helps your strobe to maintain the power level. The other thing is, like I mentioned before, I use ND filter. The experience is not very good because like this is the situation I'm gonna get in trouble if I use the old ND filter. It's now multi-coating, single coating. Like this situation, I'm gonna have a loss of flare. Like the photo is not gonna be usable. This one might be okay. It's not so much pointing to the sun, but this one absolutely. I can almost guarantee you I gonna have trouble. Same as this one. All these shots gonna be ruined if I using single coating ND filter. Like a multi-coating, like it totally cut out the flare. Whatever they did, whatever they put on the glass, it does magic. It kills the flare. Exactly what I need. Like, I want a super clean, I don't know, no flare, right? And also a better brand, you're not gonna have like a color casting. This shot is still shot with f1.4 and then 250 per second, ISO 40. Just like, let's take a look. Yeah, I think both models are in focus. Yeah, it's perfect. It just happened to be the same distance to the camera. Yeah. Okay, so this one same. Like you can see, let me just, the reflection right here, the reflection from the handrail, from the water, like super bright, super bright. This is almost like a sunset strong backlighting. So you need like cut down a lot of light. You can either use a shutter speed, which will make your strobe struggle a lot, or you use ND filter. Let's take a look at the shutter speeds. 1/320 a second. And I'm still within my sync speed. So I'm not shooting HSS for this shot, not even using HSS. And the result is super clean, right? So I love this. Okay, so yeah, so that basically just give you an idea. Like you see this like strong backlighting. You can see right here. 1/320 per second. Yeah, all these shots was shooting without using sync speed, high-speed sync. I mean, sorry. Okay. Anyway, so some of you might say, okay, so you got a D810, then your base ISO is 64. You can boost to 32. My base ISO is 200, and then my camera sync speed is 1/200 second. So what am I gonna do? You know what? Like what I said before. So don't worry about it. Even though your shutter speed is higher than your sync speed, you can still get decent shot. The point is, because your shutter speed is much slower than without using the ND filters, so your strobe will be much more capable to keeping up with you. So even though you're shooting HSS, you still will be in a much better situation. Well, of course, your strobe gonna need to have this HS capability in order to do this, but it will be in a much better situation. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, leave me a comment and then I'll answer as soon as possible. If you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you very much.